Hey, dear Endtimes fans. I was gone for a bit, but now I'm back. I had a surgery this month, and this was in my collarbone, so it had to be removed. A year ago, I broke my collarbone falling from my bike, and this served it well. And now I had to lay low for a while after this, but now I'm back and I'm going through some stuff for the game. It's kinda, I guess it's kinda just sitting and digesting every idea I had, and right now I'm just drawing cards and card designs, but I guess I will jump into action, and I'm also a bit thinking about the lore and the values of the game. Yeah, and I will show you in a second the drawings I've made, but this is like what I came up with. Like what's it about? It's light versus good. It's definitely a fighting or battle game where you could have a Hellboy or a wizard or maybe a musician, a bard, something like this. And this is what I was thinking, but also it's like the separation of the people, corruption of values, corruption of the land, something like this, the rise of the unnatural. If it's AI, cyborgs, I've written here the Elon, the Bezos, the Gates, and reclaim life, love, order, creativity. I was watching a documentary yesterday where there were some sacred Apache sites from Native Americans mined for copper and polluted with or for oil, destroying the land. Like about politicians, tech moguls, finance, greed, and blindness. And I have also seen a video about skinwalkers or werewolves, like Native Americans, and some of them were sacred shamans, but then when times got desperate, they kind of turned to the dark side. So this is what I was drawing yesterday. Wait a second. Like, it's very light sketch, so it's not so good to see, but this was like, what if I had like a Navajo, and I was putting myself into the game, so I started with myself, kinda, and then he has 3 abilities, maybe a passive, and then an ultimate. But because the flip ultimate, and it's not like Planeswalker in Magic the Gathering, because like if you can get off wait a second, if you can get off a Planeswalker in Magic the Gathering, like this is an old card, but the ultimate of the Planeswalker is so powerful that it wins you the game. But I want here the ultimates to be like in League of Legends. Like, it's not game breaking. It's good, but it doesn't finish the game. It moves the game in the direction of winning, but it doesn't win you the game automatically. So you can play a little bit more. And so I was thinking about, what if you have, this is inspired by Rage, and so the ultimate on the werewolf faction is Enrage, and normally the ultimate gives you an ability like an ultimate, like 5 damage to something, and so you have a nuke, and then you flip it, and then you have your nuke character, and it's much stronger. Like you can see here, like let's say you have a elvish prince, and this prince wants to avenge every sacred place that was turned into a shopping mall and parking lot, He wants to bring justice to the world, revenge to the humans, and to the other abominations, like he calls it, being it vampires or werewolves, because he's a pureblood from an old world. He's like the Namer of like a Namer, and then once you flip it, he's now a king, and he's much more powerful, but you need, let's say, 6 mana to flip it. So this is like you're going from early game to late game. And I'll show you these characters in a second. So it's really diving deep into the lore and all these things. But with the werewolves, I was thinking about like League of Legends Udyr. So he has no ultimate, so each of his ability has to be a bit overpowered to make up for it. And so I was thinking, what if you have, what if the Enrage costs much less, like not 6 mana but 3, so you can flip it more easily and you can flip it also back. And there must be not just to flip it and have it in the werewolf state, but maybe it's good to flip in forth and back and useful. Maybe this is his fighting character, and with this you can draw cards and get shotguns or make other stuff, like human stuff and beast stuff. And his health changes from 20 to 28, things like that. I was thinking maybe you can regenerate 2 life points with this guy, or make a brutal attack, and with this guy you can maybe draw cards. Yeah. And then also the flavor text was very important. When our values are corrupted and our community's gone and our nature is turned, something like this, like it's the undertone it's you're getting, and this is what I was getting to. Like, I wanted to close in on the story, on the lore, where I'm going. And yes, and so I came up with a couple of other characters, like what if we have a finance guy like Gordon Gekko? Can he fight? Maybe not. Maybe he's just intelligence, but he has to move something with money. I don't know. These are just ideas right now. Then we have a vampire. And what's cool is it's not only tribe versus tribe, like werewolves versus vampire versus humans. It's also within the tribes they are separated or split. Like, this vampire is not a normal vampire, so maybe the vampires fight for themselves, but also within themselves. And then here you get a flip card, and then it's much more powerful. Or here the werewolves are like sacred people protecting the world and the lands, but maybe this one is one that's corrupted and he seeks like just power or revenge, like the elf. Like, we've also or always different polarity. Like, this guy is definitely a selfish werewolf who fights only for himself. And then I was thinking, what if we have a musician and she turns into, and then I didn't know, maybe she turns into an angel, or I don't know. There's like, as you can see, we're going this route. Like, everything can be a magician or a secret something. And yeah, that's was my update. And also I want to say, sometimes when you're trying to build a TCG, which is very complicated, but yeah, I'm trying to have fun. And when I look, like we're looking at something like Magic the Gathering today, and we see it's such a big game, but the first editions just hadn't that great art. I mean, it had great art, but it had also bad wording, and they tried to figure out the game for a very, very long time. So I'm kind of not anymore too impressed. I'm just going through this and trying to make the best game I can make. and I will say hopefully it sees the light of the day, because you can never know if it will, but I'm having fun making cards and making artwork and getting the mechanics down. So be patient. I will show soon some artworks of the back cover, and I will draw something for the CHAOS GALAXY TCG, and then we will be back hopefully with like real cards or proxies and some first gameplay or play testing. And if I start playtesting, I will make PDFs, so you can download it at playtest with me, and you can give me feedback. Till then, see ya.